first.
Yeah.
So, would you like to?
Buzz Bainbridge was hired to be the manager of the ski area, and so subsequently that summer he made 3 trips up to Aspen to lure my husband down from Aspen to start the ski school in Red River. So he came down December the 7th of '59 while I was running our lodge in Aspen. And there was no snow, December 7th, no snow. So they just did all kinds of other works. By December 22nd, it came, big snowstorm. By December 23rd, we had their first students. By December 30th, they had 81 lessons a day. But then, of course, after the holidays, it got real slow. Buzz Bainbridge was the manager, and he was a great promoter. His wife was a ski instructor also, and he brought in those busloads of ski clubs from all over Texas and Oklahoma. And in a way, it was good and it wasn't good because the area was hardly developed yet. The trails were very skimpy, narrow, full of stumps. So some of those people may not have had as good a time as one could wish for them. But eventually things got more developed. Those first instructors were Tony Rondel, Jean Bainbridge, Dadu Maillet. His parents owned the lodge. He was a terrific racer. Then we had a Norwegian, Carl Sverre. He came from Aspen. We had an admiral of the Navy and his wife, Admiral Winterholler. And we had a German friend, Jochen Freund. That was all the instructors. And this was the hat they had to wear. And they could take off, that snapped off if they wanted to, that tail. Now, at that time, the ski patrol was Bob Tronti and Jack Chambliss. They were the first ski patrollers. Did a wonderful job. Before classes started in the morning, the instructors all had to go up the mountain and foot pack those trails because there was no cycles or whatever all these snow machines are called. They had one, I think, they used as the portal. But it was a great experience. The rates of the lift you might have seen here behind me on the wall. Ski lift was $4 a day. So that was quite a deal. What else do I have in here? Instructors and ski school.
Well, that's something I want to throw in something.
Yes.
When Tony came up here that first December, there were just a few of us here, not really very many. We were having our Christmas ski dinners at the Little Red Schoolhouse. So we invited Tony, but none of us really knew how to take it because he was tall, white debonair, had a little Swiss hat on. He'd kiss your hand and click his heels. And we enjoyed it.
George, you want to take some?
Yeah, I hear that Hamilton's invited Tony to sit with him on that evening. So he called me the next day and said, the people in Red River are so much nicer than in Aspen.
Still are.
That was nice. Well, January 60, yeah, that first winter, that lodge burned down, the Monte Vista Bridge. Then in January 60 also, luckily, a little grocery opened in town. because nobody had a place to buy a bread of loaf or get a quart of milk. That was Mr. Crow, across from the Alpine, which is now Sitzmark ski rental. February of 60, there was already 116 lessons on that one day. That was quite an improvement. See what else comes up. Well, I should probably let someone else talk meanwhile. Oh, I want to throw in, the snow was so bad those first years that in December of 62, Professor Crick from Denver was hired to make snow. He placed 5 generators around Red River to milk the clouds if they happened to pass Professor Crick was well known in those years because in the year 58 he had done the same thing around Aspen. And I never forget because it would snow heavily down the valley, and in Aspen it was those teeny flakes that don't amount to anything. No matter how many generators he put up, he didn't make snow.